Welcome back to another edition of Checkers, Wreckers, and What the Heckers. My name is Chad Beard, and I'm a country music artist, content creator, and NASCAR super fan. Joined, as always, by my incredible, superior, stupendous co-hosts. Let me introduce them to you.
Come on. Upgrades. Yeah.
Watch out, single moms over 40. Hide your pit passes and say a prayer for the hotel minibar because the storm is rolling in. He's part hair model, part motorsports maniac, and 100% chaos wrapped in a red polo shirt. When he's not charming corporate sponsors or breaking speed limits in a rental car, he's here lighting up a mic and pissing off PR departments everywhere. He's Connor Zillage's biggest fan, the follicle phenom, Rick Kojan.
Hell yeah. Come on. Give me some Zillage. Give me some SVG. What's up, y'all?
Man, what is going on?
The hair is there. I actually showered up and washed it up special because it didn't seem like it was going to line itself for this special edition tonight where we are just going to be road coursing, and you know that makes me happy.
Road coursing it is.
But wait, I don't know why am I pissing off PR departments and the moms? I'm only, well, I guess 40 and above is good for me. I like 50 and above and 60 and above. Older women are hot.
That would still, 40 and above would still encompass all of those.
It does, but 40's like, no 40-year-old's going to be hanging with me. Come on. All right, anyway, I digress.
Order in the court and in the garage, because this next man doesn't follow the rules, he writes them. He's been cited by NASA for exceeding the speed of light on foot, subpoenaed by Google for being smarter than their algorithm, and was once sentenced a pit crew to life without snacks. He's 50% caffeine, 50% Carolina speed, and 100% likely to roast your favorite driver in under 30 seconds. Please rise for the honorable, the infallible, the indisputably sexy Chris, the Supreme Court Justice.
Well, fellas, welcome back. Thank you. We had a pretty good weekend, boys.
Yeah, we had
covered all three series. Weekend. We had Lucky Lars, our winner, on site this weekend.
We actually worked our asses off this weekend. I mean, let's be honest.
It was busy. It was busy.
Right? Did we not all chip in and finally deliver an entire end-to-end race weekend without someone at a baseball game or a swim meet or something? Thank y'all.
Yes.
Yeah, it was work this weekend. We kicked things off Friday night at the Old Armor Beer Company, where we recorded our guest segment that you're going to hear this week. And man, what an incredible segment that was, fellas. I mean,
listen, some of that was touching. Like you was sitting there like, holy shit, did he just say that? Like for real? Like yeah. What a good segment, what a good show. And what a hell of a person that was there.
Yeah, he held back about literally nothing. There was
total transparency. What an honor. I'm glad we took that time for I guess Rick and I, or I don't know how much you know him prior to, but Rick and I, that was for me the first to be.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, that candid, and that close and personal. And what a night. It was outstanding.
Yeah, that's a story and a family legacy that resonates through this sport, right? So to get it up front and personal like that, when it's been talked about, made movies about, made court headlines about, good stuff.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Yeah.
And huge thanks to Old Armor for letting us come out there to do that thing live. To
drink.
Yeah.
Drink on stage so I don't have to drink by myself in my little podcast room like a loser. Seriously.
Yeah, and for letting us work out all the kinks and try to figure out how to do a podcast live. That was pretty neat to get through. We had another special guest hop up with us and bring us some food, which was incredible. We got to have a butt, Rick.
It wasn't a butt. He said it. He said it was a pork shoulder. Y'all are adding
he said
this
it for you. He said that for you. We had
you're
this
all
whole
adding
discussion.
it to the pylon Rick bullshit. It's a pork shoulder, a smoked pork shoulder. He put a lot of time and energy and effort into it. Brought 3 different sauces, as I recall. Come on,
it was good. It was good.
We tore that shit up when it was over.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
I hope everybody tunes into the special segment because he's special. The meat was special, and our special guest was, well, let me just overuse the word special. There you go.
Special.
Yeah, it was a good weekend overall. Like we said, like you guys mentioned, we had our Charlotte race weekend giveaway winners in the house. We had Lars and Tina with us for the weekend, and I hope that that they were happy with their weekend. We tried our best to give them all the hospitality and all the special treatment. We got them hooked up with flights and hotels and VIP passes for the weekend. They got to hang out at our Haas Hospitality all weekend. You got to get them up on the box there, Ricky.
Yep.
We hung out with them at the podcast and hung out with them around the track. So
up and down pit road.
Yeah.
So they're just great people, right? It was great to meet them in person. So thankful.
Yes.
And let's be honest, Chad, you took a lot of this on yourself. This is our first contest, getting up and getting going, awarding the winners, bringing them in, hotel, this. Like, none of us are travel agents, okay? But, like, if you put your heart into it and you just take care of people, I think the end-to-end experience kind of works itself out. Yeah, I hope they had a great time. Matter of fact, I know they did. I think it was cool.
Well, they had such a great time and such an experience that they actually wanted to pay that forward, and they care about this podcast so much. A little backstory about Lars there is that he owned a sports shop up in the Northeast before relocating down to Florida. But so he had messaged me before he got on the plane to come up, and he said, "Hey, I want to do something for you guys." He said, "I really hope that the podcast continues to grow." And it has, by the way, Ricky, we didn't get to tell you this
last we over 200?
We are over 200 followers.
Over 200 followers
on Instagram.
Sorry.
Sure. How about our I did a post the other night with our post from Old Armor with Carrie Earnhardt is over 7,000 views on that one post. So like it's taken off. But anyways,
that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know what the benchmarks are. I'm just happy.
That's
like
anything with a comma is good.
Hey, there was one time we had 10 people, and if I'm not mistaken, we had the original. Let's never forget the original super fan, right?
Yep.
From
Jesse.
Yep. And I ran into them the second time with his wife and their kid. That was fantastic. Then we picked up the Haas family. Right. I kind of bumped into them. Still say he's somehow related to Gene Haas, but that's for him to figure out, not me. So yeah, so that's pretty cool that, like, I never want to forget where we came from. And I know I make fun a lot, but that's cool that we're over 200.
Well,
just keep digging.
I say all that because Lars brought us a gift that he wants us to give away to a fan once we reach 500 followers on Instagram. So he brought us a Beckett authenticated. It's autographed, authenticated, numbered, signed Richard Petty card. Trying to get this where you can see it on the camera.
Yeah, come a little in
there
front.
It is.
There it is.
There it is.
It's got the light.
So an autograph, it's sealed, signed, it's in a hard case. Richard Petty autographed card. This thing is absolutely incredible. Super sweet of him to do that. So once we reach 500 followers, we're going to give away this autographed Richard Petty card. We'll figure out exactly how we're going to do that. It will probably just maybe randomness, or I don't know. You guys, we can talk about how we want to do that, but we got to get to 500 followers first. So tell your folks, tell your people. That'll be a
Smash
really
that
cool.
like button and
Smash
subscribe
that like button, like Supreme Court Justice always says.
Yes, smash that like button and the subscribe button.
Yeah, that'll be a really cool thing to give away.
So Chad, I learned from talking to Lars and listening, like for me, I would just think that diecasts are where it's at. He told me that cards are so hot right now, and that this Beckett that you mentioned, and again, of our 200 followers that I hope goes to 500, I don't know if they know what that means, but there's actually a company, Beckett, that authenticates and judges these cards with a rating scale for like their edges. Are they tattered? Are they perfect? And then assigns them a number. And like the card values are just going through the roof. So to have a card like that from the King, I mean, that's and sealed like that and everything, that's pretty cool. So it's I learned a lot from him about the card side of things, where my mind was always just focused on the diecast cards.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, I remember like you would collect your baseball cards or whatever, and you would go to the store and you would buy a Beckett book. So it was like a magazine. It would tell you the magazine of the value of the card. They don't make the magazine anymore, but I think you can look it up online, like on Beckett.com or whatever. And I got my sons into collecting some cards a while back, and one of my sons is named Beckett. And so we tried to go find Beckett's. That's when we discovered they don't make the actual magazine anymore. So anyways, but yeah, you guys please like, share. Thanks to all our OGs, like our guy Jesse, like you mentioned. Can't wait to see. He sent a message. They're bringing out the whole crew to see us in Talladega.
Oh, they are?
Outstanding.
Yeah,
that's going to be badass.
So, that's cool. I don't remember us talking about that. That's cool.
He sent us a message on our page today, I think, or yesterday maybe. But he hated that he didn't get to come to the Roval, so he said he's looking forward to Talladega. He said maybe he might be more excited for this Talladega than any other one. So, and Talladega is going to be cool, right, Chris?
That's right. Sunday morning, October 19th, 9 a.m. The three of us will be live on stage at the NASCAR Experience. Once again, that's Sunday morning, Talladega. That means we cannot party hard on the boulevard to 4 a.m. We take our asses to bed. We got to be up live and ready to go 9 a.m. NASCAR stage, NASCAR Experience stage with another live guest, which will be who we got?
We got
our guy.
Come on, it's already out. They leaked it.
Our guy. They leaked it. Noah Gregson's going to join us again.
Noah Coco Gregson.
Yes, NG's going to be on stage with us. So come on out.
You know that's going to be fun. It's going to be wild.
Oh my God, he's like a Tasmanian devil that breaks out of the crate. Yeah. So much energy, so much enthusiasm, so much love for the sport and the fans. Yeah, it's cool.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, so we're also going to have our buddy Travis in the house with us, our guy from Chord Buddy, who brings these episodes every single week, but he is going to be live in person with us there in Talladega. But go check out their products, the whole line of Chord Buddy products. Here's my Chord Buddy. I got it right here with me. So
it's first time we've showed it on the show beyond the live show. So a credit.
No, it's not. We showed it last week.
I want to show it on a guitar.
Okay, that's fair. But anyways, you put this thing on the neck of your guitar, you follow these color-coded tabs, and you're playing hundreds of songs on day one. It comes with the books. You play right along with the books. As you get better, these tabs, they pop off. And then your fingers, where they're replacing those tabs, you're playing real chords. This is not a cheat. This is training wheels for learning to play guitar in a very efficient way. So go check them out. Their full line of products are on their website, chordbuddy.com, CHORD buddy.com. They got the Chord Buddy, the Uke Buddy. They got the full line of guitars. They got that incredible clip-on tuner on there that's half the price of the mainstream tuners. And honestly, it's even better than those other tuners that you've been messing around with. Go get it. I've been using it and I love that thing. Check them out, chordbuddy.com. So all three of us were at the track this weekend, as we mentioned.
That's right.
Rick and I were both working Haas Factory Team this weekend together, but not together all at the same time. Rick was on the pit box and I was up outside the track.
You're all dressed up in Haas gear. Look at you.
Yeah, look at that. I put my t-shirt, and my hat on.
So proud.
And Chris was keeping all the interwebs going over at the Hendrick crew.
Yeah, I had to make sure all my .com machines was operational.
Yeah. And you had a car up front.
I had a real good car up front. Yeah.
We had some cars do well on Saturday, and then we had some controversy on Sunday that I saw today. People are talking about a little bit, but
I figured Superfan would be dialed in on that.
Yeah,
controversy.
We'll get into all that.
Are you aware, Supreme Court Justice? Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah,
I don't know much about it, but I know Superfan's on it.
I'm waiting to hear about this.
Nothing gets past him.
All right, well, let's get into some three wide.
Three wide.
Right. So let's start this off with a topic that's near and dear to my heart. Kyle Busch. RCR announced this week that Kyle Busch would be receiving a new crew chief effective immediately. They had already announced that Randall Burnett would be leaving the team at the end of this year. He's going over to Trackhouse Racing, where he will crew chief Rick's guy, Connor Zillage, next year full-time in the Cup Series.
Talk about a job promotion. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Yes.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So,
continue with you. I don't want to bring you to tears, Superfan. Go ahead.
So anyways, RCR decided they would go ahead and move things around. Randall Burnett is staying with the team until the end of the year, but they decided to go ahead and swap out the crew chief on the 8 car for the remainder of the year. My question to you guys, does this help Kyle Busch, hurt Kyle Busch, or does it matter at all? I will start with you, Chris Justice.
Let's see. I think it matters in the sense of, well, it matters if the new crew chief is going to be the permanent crew chief, because now you can start creating your notebook of likes and dislikes per driver crew chief relationship.
So just to clarify, that the crew chief that is coming over is the crew chief who has been crew chiefing the 3rd car. So whenever Austin Hill and Jesse Love have ran the 3rd car all year, he's been crew chiefing that car.
Yeah, but is he going to be the permanent driver?
They have not said whether or not he will stay on as the
Superfan would be the first one to sniff that out. He'll let
all
you
right,
know.
So if he stays on, it's great. They build that relationship. They can build the lingo. They can build what his version of tight or loose, how he describes what he feels from the seat. If it's not the permanent crew chief, it doesn't matter at all. It's just, an ass filling the seat for the next 4 weeks.
Riggy?
Oh, sorry. I nodded off there. Doesn't matter at all. Okay. Things aren't going to change. There's bigger issues there than just a crew chief swap. This is a non-event. Put Superfan Chad Bearden on the box. Listen, Kyle Busch has not suddenly forgotten how to drive. He is, I'll give all this to my man there. He is an icon of the sport, over 200 wins-ish, plus something across the multiple series. This problem goes far beyond the human beings. Enough said. Doesn't matter.
What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, you all excited? We talking championship hopes next year? Come on.
I I'm going to co-sign everything that you just said, Rick.
Wow.
I think
this is a warm moment when Chad and I cuddle up like this.
That's impressive.
This is a warm moment.
Especially with his homer.
I think it changes nothing. I think I'm going to leave it at that right now because we're going to talk about this more later.
Chad, if I was 30-ish miles away hanging with you in your Kannapolis podcast enclave, I'd hug you. Give you a big hug.
All right, Ricky, my next question is
there's more. Yeah, what you got?
We just obviously came off the Roval weekend where we had chaos and the interesting setup of the Roval. There's quite the debate of should we have the Roval, should we go back to the oval, all that, but they've already announced that the Roval will remain next year, and they've announced the schedule, obviously. But in your opinion, and your opinion only, should the Roval be a playoff cutoff race? Ricky, you're up first.
So you can help me with this, Superfan. I know the schedule's out. It already is a cutoff race for next year, right?
Yes.
It didn't move in its spot.
No.
Listen, I am totally fine with it staying in its cutoff spot. I think it proves now for a second year, and again, we'll have the third year next year, but just taking the Roval and its role within the playoff picture, so much can happen at a road course track like this that is so unique inside the oval. And I know there's a contingent of people who are done with the Roval. And I know now there's definitely a contingent of people who are done with the Roval because my man, SVG, is just dominating the shit out of them Rovals. Get rid of it. Take away his advantage. Quit crying. Anyway, the only way, and this might surprise you, the only way that I would be okay with eliminating the Roval and taking Charlotte's second race, because they're not going to not have two races here in our hometown, would be my fantasy pipe dream, which would be let Miami have Miami's run. But boy, could you imagine finishing at the Charlotte, not Roval, but back to 1.5 mile oval for the championship race. That's my piece.
Chris?
Well, I think the Roval adds excitement. It is a race within a race. And I say that you have a race for those cars on the bubble, which we saw yesterday, right? And to Rick's points, you have elements in there, surprises in there, the question marks and the what ifs. Let's say we just barrel down in turn 7 and my day's over, right? So I would agree. The roll was a good shakeup to the mix. You have to add some variety to these playoff races, right? Like otherwise we get bored. I mean, we go in circles enough. The oval tracks are what they are, right? And you have those guys that are really good on ovals, really good at Charlotte ovals. But I think the road course, the Roval in Charlotte adds an element that you have to keep some excitement and some edge of your seat moments for those guys on the bubble. Especially in that, where we're going round of 8 now. So you have those bubble guys that need those spots, who had those spots, who gave those spots up on pit road, who just had mental issues and breakdowns. So yeah, you gotta have it. I like it. Keep it going. I think the road course, and to Rick's point, if you move it out of Charlotte, what do you put another road course in there? Do we move it and then we get back into dates and who has what and who gives up something? But with the current layout, the Roval's good. Shakes it up.
And Chad, can I add one thing before? And you were standing next to me when you heard this yourself. So just if you want to co-sign this, please do. Spoken from our driver, Cole Custer, who addressed a group of, I don't know, what were we up there? Close to 45 people, right? At our hospitality up on Turn 2 Overlook. He said an interesting point that I think is often overlooked about the Roval. Being that it's not a purpose-built road course, Glen, Sonoma, Coda, right? There are no runoffs. So there's concrete walls that take you through the entire midsection of that track. And before we kicked off that hospitality chat, one of our guests was there and we were kind of looking at the track and he had never been there. He didn't understand. Like, he's like, hey, show me like, where do they run and all this? And I didn't realize if you think about where they come out and use turns 1 and 2, and then blow down the backstretch, get the chicane and use 3 and 4, isn't it like incredible as to how much of the oval is actually used in addition to the road course? Which again, Cole Custer brought up this point, which is it makes it almost like a make or break when you're in that interior section, because making mistakes usually winds up with your car in a tire barrier or up against a safer barrier, and you're breaking toll links on these next gen cars. I think it's really cool. I just wanted to throw that in. And I think you heard that too when Cole said that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've never been the biggest fan of the Roval itself. And I agree with you completely in the fact that I would love to see the championship here at Charlotte.
Yeah.
I do also agree that I want to see whoever the champion is at the end of the year. I want them to have to um show that they can compete and they can drive and survive through every discipline that we have in our sport.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I want to make sure that those courses are included. The other thing that I guess that I do like about, if there is something that I do like about the Roval and that it being a cutoff race, is that essentially our guys have kind of the week before and the week after, you get to deal with that stress at home, right? And so they get to be here at the shop to prepare or to recover from that, to go either into it or out of it here at home, which I think kind of midway through these playoffs, it could be a really helpful thing for those drivers, for those teams, especially those guys who are hard on that bubble in that. So I could see that as a big advantage for those guys. So that's my thoughts, I guess.
Oh, good point. Good point.
All right. Well, let's get in some checkers, wreckers, and what the heckers.
Checkers, wreckers, and what the heckers.
What the
heck?
What the heck?
Got a lot of it.
Let's talk some Craftsman Truck Series. Chris, you're up first for checkers. What time is it?
What time is it? It's Heim time. I mean, this guy is off the freaking charts. You know? True fan. I'm a fan. Heim time. Give it to Heim every time because it's Heim time. This guy's unbelievable. He just whoops their ass day in, day out.
But apparently that's a bad thing if you're Rick.
Oh, stop. He's a homer for SVG who whoops our ass.
Let him take his shots. It's okay. It's fine. Let him take his shots.
But if you're too good, it's a bad thing, though. It's
no, it's no such thing as being too good.
Keep buttering your bread, Beard, and keep going.
That's it. So no, my checkers for the Trucks is obviously Heim time, 10 wins. I mean, this is his 21st win in the Truck Series. Total domination. I mean, that's a hell of a lot of wins. Hats off to him. Put it in the tires early, battle back. Couple questionable cautions there at the end, but we'll get to that. But yeah, my checkers is Heim time.
Yeah. 10th win of the year for him. Now has enough points in the bank that he is locked all the way in to the
final
championship 4 in Phoenix.
So you don't even need to race it, really. Just
well,
kind of park it and just show up in Phoenix. But yeah.
That's called being exceptional.
Yeah,
that's called being really good.
Sure is.
I'm confused at why that's a problem. I'm confused at why we're being negative to a guy who excels at what he does.
I'm not being negative to Heim. I'm being negative to the situation.
That he's better than everybody else.
He's every bit the dominant person he is. He deserves everything that he's got. He's got 10 wins in how many races, Chad?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I'll help you with that because I looked it up. 22. Do you know what the percentage is on that, Chad?
48.
45. Basically, you're close enough. He's winning half the races.
Should have more than that.
Really. Now, actually, and we've talked about that, right? The truth is, I remember many weeks ago on this podcast talking about the races that he let it slip by, or he didn't, or had a tire or something, just crazy stuff. But yeah, he's got enough points to just not race to Phoenix. Fantastic.
My checkers includes him, but I'm going to give it to Tricon Garage. They finished 1, 2, and 3 with Heim, Brent Cruz, and Gio Ruggiero. 1, 2, 3 podium finish. So yeah, that Heim sets a single season truck record with that 10th victory. Rick, anything you want to add there?
On checkers?
Yeah.
No, I gave my checkers to Corey Heim and winning 45% of the races and basically being able to sit out till Phoenix. That's definitely a checker.
All right. My wreckers. I hate to do this because I really like her. But Tony Bridinger runs out of fuel and brings out the caution, stacks up the field, resets everybody, and completely changes all the strategy at the end of the race, which essentially is what gave Corey Heim the ability to get that win. But just the fact that she ran out of fuel out there, just I don't get it. But that's my wreckers. Chris?
I had my wreckers as that was my wreckers as well. I was a toss up between that and my heckers. But yeah, it was just odd. It didn't seem like it was you had the strategy going on. Was it the one truck out there that was trying to say he was low on fuel and he had the lead, and then, all of a sudden she's parking it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems a little shady to me, but
a little shady. Oh,
yeah, that seems a little shady to me.
The black helicopters are up in the air.
Yeah, that seems a little shady. And she stops in a spot where it's like Bad News Bears, like in the way. I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying all that.
Ricky?
Are you saying that you've seen her perhaps somewhere out at a drinking establishment or having dinner with Corey Heim and there's some sort of collusion?
No, I'm just saying it's a, in-house Toyota collusion. One Toyota stalls for another one to bunch them back up.
I got nothing, Chad. That's good enough for me. I like listen. When the Supreme Court justice himself is bringing it up, Good Lord.
He's made a ruling.
Good Lord.
You got a heckers, Chris?
I got a heckers. Why are there so many freaking Toyota commercials? See, I'm going back to that. I'm spinning it.
Oh.
Huh? There was like 8 to 10 Toyota commercials.
Sounds like a super fan comment. Whoa.
Why? Why?
See that?
Why is that?
You'd rather they be Hendrick commercials.
I'd rather it be just commercials, but why do we have 8 Toyota commercials? And an 8 parks it in the middle of the racetrack for another Toyota to win it. I don't know.
My heckers goes to Matt Crafton, who is a champion of this sport, but he just absolutely melted down, loses his mind on the radio. He got spun out by Bailey Curry and just loses his crap. He's cussing out Bailey Curry, cussing out Bailey Spotter. Essentially says he's going to go find this kid and his spotter and he's going to whoop their tail. And like, who does this old man think he's going to go whoop up on this kid? Like,
and maybe he's tougher than you think. Sometimes old men can be tough.
He may be. He may be.
Present company aside, sorry.
But this guy, you know, if I'm not mistaken, this guy's retiring at the end of the year, right? I mean,
listen, he's been in the trucks my entire career.
I was going to just say, don't you think that could be some of it, Chad? I mean, that's it right there. Just the sum total of frustration. And as you head to taking your own career's checkered flag, right? Probably wanted to do it with at least one winning note. And I'm just guessing. I'm not Matt Crafton. I met him back in the day. He did a thing for us with Sony at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He was a great person. I don't know.
It was just this mother effer. I'm gonna beat his mother effing da 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 da. I mean, it was quite interesting and really seemed quite out of character from Matt Crafton. I guess that's the biggest what the heckers of it, I would say. So that was my heckers. Rick, did you have anything there?
I actually have one.
Give it to me.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Now listen, it's a cheat. Okay. I got to tip the cap to my man Matt Haas. And it's valid. And I didn't think about it because I was so focused and caught up on myself and how my hair was going to look live at Old Armor. And I'm sorry, I can be a little vain at times. But my what the hecker, and maybe you guys can help me with this because you don't know where I'm coming from. What the heck was that mid-afternoon start time with the truck race? And did I miss something as to why it would not run in a regular Friday night slot? And his point was valid. If you're that much of a Craftsman truck fan, and I know you can time shift record everything now, but a lot of people are at work during that time. Why did that race get pushed to that slot? And that was my what the heckers.
Yeah.
What was it?
Time for a Friday night.
But I wasn't sure either. I know that, you know, they crammed a lot into this weekend. They ran IMSA cars. They ran the Mustangs.
Those Ford Mustang cars were the IMSA cars, right? But and Saturday was jam ass packed. Like, and as I explained to him, he's like, "Oh, they could have done it on Saturday." I go, "They could not have done it on Saturday."
They literally ran before the race, after the race.
And I mean, you need a 2-hour block to practice and qualify Xfinity cars. You need a 2-hour block to practice and qualify Cup cars. Then when we had the Xfinity race that night, you could not have stepped it in. But he made a good point, and I don't know what the answer is, and apparently you guys don't either. Why the mid-afternoon start time? What was going on there Friday night?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is they Checkers Wreckers and What the Heckers was having a live show at the Old Armor.
Damn, did you just go there?
At 5 o'clock.
Did you just go? As I remember, we were booted off the stage to go eat smoked pork shoulder, not butt, by 6:15. Why wasn't it just a regular 7 p.m. East Coast start truck time?
Yeah.
That's my what the heckers.
That's fair.
At least I participated.
I like it.
Thank you, Matt Haas.
You're up first for Checkers and Xfinity, Ricky.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Are you guys really sure?
I have the show notes in front of me.
Yeah, you're up, buddy.
Yeah, I printed them out. That was another cluster F thing I had to do because new computer doesn't recognize the printer. I hate technology. Anyway, well, I got something for you guys, probably.
Talk to me. What we got? Roval, Xfinity.
Yeah, so this guy, like, I don't know, he seems to be pretty good.
Okay.
And like, I guess the word dominant comes to mind.
It's okay if this guy does it, though.
He just can't hold himself back. And I waited for a smart ass comment like that from you, and you just fell in the trap. It is not about Mr. 10 win in 28 races, which is 35% of the race wins, and he's not locked into the championship. I'm actually throwing the checker another way. And you're going to be surprised, but then you're going to be like, oh, yeah, that did happen. Who was driving car number 87? What? Who?
Is that Austin Green?
What?
Yeah. Was that Austin Green?
The Jordan Anderson car. Yeah.
P2 finish.
Yeah.
Austin Green.
Now, there was a time that a guy with very similar follicle phenom locks on this podcast, let's go back. That's the sound of rewinding the show.
Yeah.
Like 4, 5, 6 weeks. And I called out Austin Green. And now you can just add this second place to it.
You did.
Because if you go back and look at what this kid has done in the limited opportunities, and granted, look, it's been road course. I got it. I'm not saying he's another Zilich or another SVG, but man, when you take advantage of things like this and opportunities that are given to you, everybody wants a full-time seat, right? I mean, it's so hard to make the cut in this sport. I give it up to him. His father is David Green. I talked about that. He's a good friend of mine on pit road. He's a NASCAR Cup official. His daughter, a la Austin Green's sister, works now with my buddy, Corey Bass at Clear 28 Communications. And it just kind of shows how the family gets intertwined in this sport, right? I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. My father, other than taking me to a NASCAR race in Michigan when I was young, but when you're down here and you're wound into the sport and your dad's a driver, good on you, Austin Green. Checkers. And it wasn't Zilich, see?
That's fair. That's fair.
But thank you.
Oh, thank you, he says.
Oh, jeez.
And the Jordan Anderson is doing a really good job of taking advantage of those opportunities as well. The Jordan Anderson Racing.
That's a
really
good point,
stepping
because that is a
program.
third car. That's a great point,
yes.
Chad. That's a good point.
Chris?
So I had that as my checkers as well. I did not take the alley hoop on the 88. But I'm going to pivot off of that one. I'm going to give you one more. I'm going to go with turn 7 as my checkers because it created havoc, mayhem, and some excitement, baby, all day long.
He's waving his checkers on a turn. I love it.
Turn 7, baby.
I love it.
By God.
Chad, you know what they should do? Remember when turn 1, when the restart zone wasn't backed up through the little chicane cup, right? Remember it was backed up?
Yep.
And wasn't it Goodies? Didn't Goodies make it the headache powder?
Oh, yeah. I remember. Yeah.
The Goodies headache turn. Here's what we do for turn 7. And I know our 200 followers don't have the juice yet, but maybe once we get to 500, you put a big ass gavel on the turn 7. And it's like turn 7.
The judgment zone. The judgment zone.
That is the judgment zone right there.
I don't think we've had one single one this year where we gave it to a turn.
Listen, it was some bumping and grinding going on.
I love it so much.
It was some attitude coming off of turn 7 in all 3 races.
Hell yeah. You're the freaking Supreme Court Justice. You can give it to whatever you want, and it doesn't have to be a human being or a race car.
Yeah,
good for
that's
you.
It.
Yeah. Mine went to Junior Motorsports as an organization. They qualified all 6 cars, if you include that Hendrick car, which is a satellite of them, 1 through 6 on qualifying. the 88 and the 7 were the two best cars all day long. Not surprising because those have really been the two best cars all year. So that was my checkers. So there you go. I put it in there for you, Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can't you extrapolate that one step further, right? That 1, 2, 3, 4 junior motorsports cars on through to the next round, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
impressive.
part of your checkers, if you'll allow me to add on to it.
Absolutely.
So good on JRM.
And also, I will happily say Connor Zillage, excellence. We should applaud excellence at every level.
Beautiful.
I have zero problem.
Oh my God, I'm going to get a Kleenex. I feel like the way your voice is changing here.
This has been a
it's a backhanded stab at me because he thinks I take shots at Corey Heim. I don't care. Everybody sees through you, super fan. The fans are going to write in shit on this show and support me. Maybe. Probably not. That's okay.
All right, Chris, Wreckers.
My Wreckers is Sanchez on pit road taking the jack with him. Gave up some valuable positions. Had to pay the penalty, pay the price, and took him. He lost a lot of spots with that.
They have a special relationship, man. He's taking things for a ride.
Taking it for a ride. Oh yeah.
My Wreckers was, Austin Hill's past comes back to haunt him. He eliminated from the playoffs. Chris, do you know how many points he needed to advance to the next round?
I do not.
Was it one? He wasn't on the bubble against. No, he wasn't. It was Taylor Gray. How many did he need?
He needed 21 points. Chris, Chris, do you know how many points that NASCAR took from him when he was penalized after Indianapolis Motor Speedway when he intentionally wrecked Eric Almirola?
21 points.
21 points.
What a play on numbers.
Oh, he would have been in the next round.
Wow.
Had he not wrecked Eric Almirola.
That actually is a really... Wow, I didn't even think of that.
No, I didn't either.
He would have had exactly enough points, and he would have had the tiebreaker because he has the wins. So he would have advanced to the next round.
21.
Ricky, Wreckers.
Yeah, so this one I actually had to think about a little bit. I overheard something, and I won't mention who, but my Wreckers goes to Corey Day. And the comment that I heard, and I think we should all know by now, this is a hand-picked disciple, if you will, from dirt track prowess background of Kyle Larson.
Mm-hmm.
And the comment I heard, and watch the race, is, does this guy ever bring home any of these cars in one piece?
Cool.
It's rough, man, right? I mean,
yes. He was a pinball machine out there.
Yes, and I went back and I checked some stuff, and I'm like, and again, I know he's learning on the job. I get it, right? I'm sure it's tough, but I think what makes it tougher is when it comes on a grander stage of Hendricks / JRM, as Chad says, with Larson's cosign, and then the expectations that come along with that. So that's where I went on Wreckers.
Well, I ask you to, I mean, obviously this is a pattern, right? But how many road course starts does this kid have?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because
I'm sure
he comes.
I think it's a
but the point is, it's happening on ovals too.
No, I get that.
Yeah,
100%. But still, I'm gonna, because I want to say he has what maybe 5-6 ARCA starts. He has maybe that many truck starts, and then 4 Xfinity starts now. So this may be his first
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe his first road course.
I don't know if it was his first.
I don't know either.
If it's more than that, it's not many more.
I agree with that.
But not in fairness to your point. He's wrecking on ovals, but he also is just. And I'm not trying to defend the kid. I mean, again, your first job is run all the laps, right?
Yeah.
But you're trying to come to asphalt from dirt.
Yeah.
I've never driven either one of those cars, but
it's got to be tough.
Yeah. All right, my Heckers is going to go to Sammy Smith. He was 6 points below the cut line heading into the race. He had a deteriorating right front tire, was apparently in a no-win situation as the laps were winding down. But his crew chief, Philip Bell, made a gutsy call to bring him down pit road just a few laps to go. Pretty much everybody thought he was going to be eliminated, but caution comes out with the Sage Karam crash.
I think that was with 4 to go.
Yeah, and because of the timing of that caution, it essentially saved him. He lost no track position, and he ends up with a third place finish. He moves on by 1 point and secures that round of 8.
That's what I had too, is my Heckers. He gets that Hecker. He was on pit road servicing that car when the caution comes out. It pretty much saved him, and they was out there for the Hail Mary to begin with, to bring him down with 4 to go, with that obviously not knowing that the caution was coming, and the caution saves him. I agree with you there, super fan.
Ricky?
Yeah, I'll do my Heckers in a minute. I just want to go back to Sammy Smith. The irony for me is how does NASCAR continue to manufacture these Game 7 moments? And I don't mean manufacture. Don't start attacking me like they're arranging
I got you. I'm with you now.
Okay. But how do they manage? What do you want to call it? The luck, the fortune, this playoff system just fires on all cylinders. No pun intended there. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Like, whether it's Cup, Xfinity, we race what? Like, to get to these playoff cut rounds, it's 26 races in the regular season on the Cup side, right? I know Xfinity is a little short of that. And yet you come down to these playoff cut races, and what is the number? 1. 1 point is what got Sammy Smith in. It's craziness. I actually heard, as we were going to pit road to Sam's car, I heard there was some conjecture or something had been brought up that they were refuting Smith versus his finishing position when the timing lights came out, and trying to say that, I think it was Taylor Gray, that was the other side of the 1 point, if that's accurate. That's how crazy close it is. Like, I'm just blown away by that as an industry guy, and as well as being a, self-admitted, not as good as Chad, but super fan of this sport. Like, how do we get down to 1 point all the time, right?
Yeah, I mean, because that 1 point is 1 position.
It's crazy. And how many times in races prior to this one at the Roval could 1 point have been made up?
It's crazy.
It's nuts. Anyway, my Heckers, you guys kind of took a little bit of it. Actually, Chad spun it better than I would have. Mine was Austin Hill, and mine was also a karma play, but he did the points play. I did the karma of, can you imagine the bruiser, the bull in a china shop, suddenly being down a cylinder, and he's defenseless to help himself in his situation as he watches car after car go by and his playoff round, or advancing through the playoff round fortunes, go by. What the heck, Austin Hill?
I like it. Let's talk some Cup. Chris, you're up first for check.
Listen. Where's that rugby ball? Sign it, seal it, deliver it. SV motherfucking G is a goat. Listen, Cowboys, you better step up because he ain't playing.
Cheers.
He ain't playing. He don't care. Listen, he come to win the road courses. He's come to whoop your ass, and he put on a show. Listen,
he
the
had
five
a
card, the
he had a
five card, and the
10th
20.
place finish on that oval last week.
The week
Listen,
before.
the 5 and the 20 came together. They bullied him out the way. They made a good run at it, and he said, "Hey, watch this." Let him get out there, 3-4 second lead. And he was like, "Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Come on back. Come on back." He had them boys on a yo-yo. SVG all day. That's my checkers.
Ricky?
Listen, if I had a gavel in my hand right now, I'd pound it and I'd be like, Supreme Court Justice has spoken. He's fucking ruled. And the thing about SVG is he does it with just this like tact and this skill set and this racecraft that is never I'm bowling my way, knocking you out of the way. And Chris makes a great point. Larson and Bell both gave him all, and I'm not saying they raced him dirty. They didn't. They raced him rough. They raced him rough, but all he did was just fell back, took assessment of the situation, said, I know I can manage my tires better. I know nobody's got a camera down in this magical foot box anymore, and that I happen to drive with all 3 pedals where most NASCAR drivers just use 2 and let that transmission do the rest of it. He actually helps modulate that car, and I don't even begin to understand the magic that wizard is doing in there. Mm-hmm. But my God, what a great guy. What an unbelievable run. 6 wins already, 5 in a row now. Man, and the only other point I had to add to Chris's, which I thought was interesting that I discovered somewhere, was Heim, Zilich, and SVG took the victories this weekend as undisputed favorites. It's the second time that's happened this year. That happened on another road course. It's pretty interesting. What you got, super fan? As we say in unison or in stereo, as we used to say in the Sony business.
Yeah, what do you got?
Well, my checkers went a different way, and this one, I'm not gonna lie, this one hurts me to say, but I'm gonna give my checkers to Paul Wolf.
That's a good one.
That's solid. Shouldn't hurt you. Because you don't like Joey.
You
don't like Joey.
We've been honest that I'm not a Logano fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Joey when I see
I
him.
respect Joey.
It's okay.
But I'm not a fan. But Paul Wolf makes a gutsy call, brings the 22 down, and does it at just the right time on just the right lap. And Chris, you and I talked about this. The luck of Joey Logano is like no other, and the paired luck of Logano and the genius of Paul Wolf just creates freaking magic, and you just gave second life to a guy who, when you give him second life, just can absolutely screw things up. He's one of those guys. When you get the chance to eliminate him, you better eliminate him, and it did not happen. So my checkers, I'm going to give it to Paul Wolf.
That's a good
one. Super fan. That's a good one. It's well thought out. That is a solid one.
Wreckers Ricky.
Oh, Wreckers Ricky. That sounds good. Wreckers Ricky. I guess it's obvious by now we've done this podcast. I always want to call it a show. Is it a show or is it a podcast or is it both?
It's both.
It's both.
Okay, it's both. We've done this show enough times. People by now, and thank you all for getting us to 200. Someday when we get to 500, they'll know too. I get my homers, right? Man, Ross Chastain. I got to give Ross Chastain my Wreckers. And it kills me because I didn't think it was that big of a deal when he drove off the end of pit road and almost drove into the wall. And he wasn't penalized, but he lost some positions. But man, when it came over the radio that he sped on pit road, everybody who knows me, my boys back in Cleveland in my fantasy league, people that'll listen to me yapping at Haas Factory Team, I don't have any qualities or credentials to be sitting on top of a pit box. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I'd set my goddamn driver 2 miles an hour under the 5 mile an hour buffer that NASCAR gives you, and no mother effing way is Ross Chastain not advancing in the playoffs if Rick Kojand is the crew chief. I said it. It's bullshit, man. It's freaking bullshit. God, I was so
Rick just
mad.
said he's more qualified than Phil Surgeon.
I know, and I'm not, but I'm angry, and it hurts me. And then here's the worst part: he does the most eloquent, bare my soul, here's my heart, stomp on it with everybody that came up to the car, including SiriusXM. Takes all the blame, tells him it's unacceptable. Just he's so honest. And it's like, he said, listen, when he spun Denny Hamlin out and torpedoed him in the last turn and tried to do another version of the Melon Man run in reverse, like he did it because he knew that he had made his third mistake of the race just before that, when he admitted that he had a lockup going into the turn, and you could see it on the replay. The front wheel locked up, car slid out, and Hamlin scooted under them. Oh man, this record! I almost feel like Chad right now, Supreme Court Justice. I just feel like I had to get that off. This one was a tough one. Let me drink a little beer.
Have a little bit.
Chastain is my Wreckers.
Have it.
Well, I told you that we were going to come back to this.
Oh, I know where you're going. I know where he's going, and the names are. Yeah, go ahead.
My Wreckers.
Logano's in there.
No.
Hamlin.
No.
Ooh.
So my Wreckers is going to go to Richard Childress Racing.
As a group,
a totally different way. Really?
They cannot give Kyle Busch a car with any speed. So just stay with me here.
I'm sorry. The laughter is just, that doesn't mean I'm not staying with you. It means I support you.
They can't do it. So every week he lines up mid to back of the pack, which leads to more and more problems every single week.
Wasn't it lap 3?
A la lap 1.
He was the first caution, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, lap 1 he gets Hosevard. He gets spun out lap 1, which gets some damage, which obviously pissed him off. And later he decided that he would just pass that right on down the line to Riley Herbst and just put his little RCR tugboat right in the side of Riley Herbst and dumped him. And it's really a shame. This is a guy with 63 cup wins
Yeah.
This is a guy who
over 200 series wins. I gave you that credit before, right?
Right. A two-time cup champion.
Yep.
And he's handled this situation with more grace than I would have ever thought he would.
Totally agree.
But it's also, and I talked with Carl about this yesterday, but it's sad to see him get in that 8 car every week because there's nothing. It's not going to happen at this point. We may never see Kyle Busch win another race. And as a Kyle Busch fan,
and many others out there,
I would rather see him retire, walk away, and go support his son Brexton and his racing career than
run 20th,
tarnish his legacy that he has built, then continue to run in this equipment. And you know, did Riley Herbst get what he deserved here? No. Kyle Busch doesn't deserve to be stuck middle and back of the pack. And then Riley Herbst is running where Riley Herbst runs, but but he didn't deserve to be collected there. I mean, Kyle Busch is pissed off and Riley Herbst got the bad end of that deal. So my records goes to RCR.
Supreme Court Justice, that was a wonderful, wonderful Dr. Phil couch moment.
He feels better now too. He feels better.
I don't feel any better about it.
He's had some good ones. Well, we feel better.
Yeah, you got that off your chest. So
he don't feel better. We feel better.
Mine this week is along the lines with Rick there with Chastain. That was a big step on the wiener, speeding on pit road. He actually was in on point spot in. He did what he had to do all day. He was up 3, 4, 5 points, I believe, at that point.
6.
And he stepped on his wiener, and he paid the price. So big time wrecker.
Have you ever met one of those people who think the world or like life is like a simulation, like we're living in the Matrix?
Yeah, I've heard of people that think that.
Yeah, like I've heard
alternate universe or something.
Yeah, like there's some kind of like that, like life is just a simulation, and we really have no control of it, or like we're living in one giant video game.
Have you been drinking tonight?
No.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I'm really tired, but
it's a fair question. Yeah, I know.
Hey,
like you're putting in those. He's putting in them retail hours now, Chris. He's working harder than we are.
I say all that because
grinding.
Sometimes I think that Ross Chastain thinks he's living in NASCAR 98 for PlayStation, and he's trying to see how many PlayStation moves he can get in because he got in the wall ride at Martinsville a couple years ago.
That was called Hail Melon. It's patented.
Hail Melon.
Well, whatever.
No, not whatever.
It was one and done.
Give credit for what it was.
Now he wipes out Denny Hamlin, throws it in reverse, and reverses across the start finish line.
He did.
As he gets passed by the 22, nonetheless.
And so my heckers this week is just how many 1998 NASCAR video game moves is Ross Chastain going to try to rack up
many
while he's out on the track, failing to advance in the playoffs.
So it brings a buzz. He's getting some attention, right? He's getting some press time, but that's not my hackers. My hackers is going to go to your buddy Riley Herbst.
Ooh.
And I say that, why in the heck is he trying to door the 8 and he pops his own tire? Really?
Well, he was trying to door the 8 because they dumped him.
I get it. But look what happened. He retaliated, and now he's got a flat.
Yeah.
So not only was he doored, spun, and now he has to come down pit road and lose more spots.
Well, if you're gonna go take on the bully, you better make sure that you can.
I mean, he did not get his money's worth.
No,
at all.
Ricky, got a
bad
heckers?
Move.
Oh, I got a heckers.
What we got?
Here it comes.
Oh, I got a hecker, he says.
Oh, I got a hecker. What the heckers this playoff format? Do you love it? Can you believe it? Like, how magical are these elimination rounds and this playoff format? And we are not asleep in a straight points format where not only, and again, I'm not taking shots at Corey Heim, he probably would have been clinched 3 races ago in that truck series. Listen to all, like NASCAR must just sit back and be like, and the networks, that $7.7 billion TV contract. Listen, I had the honor of being with some NXT wrestlers. It was amazing when they were up on Sam's Pit Box.
They were incredible.
So much fun. And I think of like the drama and how they make everything staged and choreographed, and they are supreme athletes. Mm-hmm. I was riding with this dude, Trick. He's like, I'm Trick. He's like, what's your name? Rick. Trick and Rick. He goes, we're the Trick and Rick show. I'm like, we ain't no show, man. You are like 3 times the size of me. His arms, crazy. Let me get back to my point. Like, this playoff format just breeds game 7 moments. Don't change it because y'all going to mess it up. In one race, yeah, I know. Look at you shaking your head, super fan. In one race, okay, we come down to 1 point again. Okay, 1 point again. And I'm watching Ross Chastain fall back on old tires. He's up 3. He's up 2. He's up 1. Who of all people, like, how can NASCAR even script this? Who of all people winds up on his bumper? Can you guys help me with that?
Try it again.
Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin, who I don't think those 2 dudes are exchanging Christmas cards. Denny Hamlin. Like, you want to talk about villain Avenger stuff? Like, it's nuts how this playoff format brings such magical, beautiful moments. And I'm going to tell you what, you change it and wreck it. Oh my God, you're never, ever going to hear the end of me next year. And not only that, that's just the Ross and Denny piece. You guys talked about the Logano piece, right? Yeah. Superfan went on and on and on. Oh my God, Logano's so lucky. So Logano again.
I know. I would hate for motorsports to get in the way of your soap opera, Rick.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Dude, I would hate for us to have NASCAR and
don't worry, because you don't need to, because it's about entertainment. We're an entertainment business. There's a shit ton of fucking racing going on that's making that entertainment. It ain't fake. It's exciting. And it's exciting because there's cut races. Period. What the heck? This playoff format. Come on.
The Logano deal, they were.
It's not going to be exciting when Connor Zillage doesn't win the championship he's supposed to, or Corey Heim doesn't win the championship.
That's going to create some more buzz.
Hold on. It's funny you should bring that up. It's funny you should bring that up. I pressure tested that because I knew where you were coming, because I think everybody thinks that's the weakness of this playoff format, is the one race with the 4, and you got one who's so clearly dominant. And again, y'all seem to forget that when you didn't have a dominant single driver like that, everything's cool with this format, no problem. But just because this year we happen to have Zillage.
That's never been, I've never said that. Never once have I said this is cool.
Okay, well, maybe you haven't. But the big beef this year is, what if those 2 preordained people don't win? Okay, well, somebody brought up an interesting point to me. How do you feel when an undefeated NFL football team goes to the Super Bowl and loses in the Super Bowl. Change the format.
I feel that we are not the NFL.
Oh, okay. But you don't like NASCAR. The relevant example of being so dominant and ordained that you're undefeated and you get to the Super Bowl and you lose, but you shouldn't change the whole NFL system.
So
you should change ours.
If all you want is a Super Bowl, then let's run the Daytona 500, our Super Bowl, and whoever wins that, then let's just crown them and be done. Because that's all you're looking for.
You're using the word Super Bowl in place of the championship race.
But all you want is the luck of the draw champion in the drama.
No, it's not a luck of the draw.
That's all a one race. That's all
not
that
luck of the draw.
How is it luck of the draw? When
listen, we built
five fucking last years, the race winner is usually the champion. No. Like 4 out of 5 times, just slow your roll. 4 out of 5 times he wins the race. And in stages 1, 2, and into 3, the 4 goddamn championship cars are running up front. Stop with this luck of the draw shit.
Okay, well, you keep making these examples. But
they're relevant examples.
Okay, but our sport was just fine. Our sport was a pinnacle without a playoff. We were selling.
I see.
Okay. Everybody's.
Okay. Yeah, right. Before the economy tanked and we had Caterpillar and Lowe's, and now it's the playoff format's fault that we don't have 100.
I'm not saying it's a playoffs format that problem that I'm saying you seem to think that we're going to lose all these fans if we do away with a playoff.
I never said that.
You sent a text message, a group text that said fans are going to revolt if we get away with this. If we do away with this,
you're totally wrong. I said fans are going to revolt if we get into a system that is like where Max Verstappen won 21 of 23 races, and you said no, that never happened in NASCAR, bro. When Hamlin won 3. And Bell won 3, and I listen to SiriusXM all the time. People are calling in, they got to be cheating. Oh, my God, I just don't want to see Hamlin win again. It bet on it happened. It happened.
Yeah. Okay.
It did.
Yeah, okay. If we're going by the people that call SiriusXM, then
aren't those your fans?
I don't know. I don't listen to SiriusXM.
Oh, come on, dude.
No.
That's a big fan base right there.
Come on, dude. Yeah. How can you even say that? You can't even say that with a straight face.
Again, this sport survived and thrived for decades without a playoff. And if we go back,
Chad,
for the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s before we started,
those were different.
We will go back to it,
and
but we built an entire sport off of it, Rick.
What's that have to do with anything?
Until we crowned how many 50, 60 champions way. And we said, this is the sport that we want to build. And then we make
changes to the rules every year. So you're saying there's not 150,000 fans in the stands anymore because we changed to this playoff system. Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's not, I'm saying we can, if we got away from the playoffs and we went back and we started rewarding consistency throughout an entire season again, our fans will still show up.
Okay. So they still show up. So how are we better if we change it?
Because we reward teams that show up every single week. We reward a champion.
Don't these teams already show up every single week and get penalized if they don't and have to get a waiver?
Rick, who perform every single week? Every single week? Who, the person at the end of the year is the person who went out every single week and collected the most points.
Okay. So quickly off the top of your head, last 5 undeserving champions, go.
Last year's champion, Joey Logano.
Okay, great. Right. Because of the Alex Bowman thing and he got in. All right, great. Next.
Okay. Again, if you went back and looked at
No, it's terrible format. Tell me the other ones.
I can go pull the
yeah,
points.
please
Again,
give me information. We'll come back and follow up.
Okay,
I want to know all the undeserving champions of this sport.
Just like Carl said,
hey,
you can't back it up. But you can't.
Lars, I can back up any fucking thing. Hey, Larson's one of them. Supreme Court Justice, he's undeserving. Sorry.
Listen.
No, go look it up. He must be undeserving under this format.
I'm not saying they're all undeserving.
Oh, I just asked you.
I didn't say all were.
Okay, you gave me Logano.
I am saying yes. I want the champion to be the person who at the end of the year was the most consistent person.
Okay.
I want it to be Connor Zillage. I want it to be Corey Heim because they were the person all year who was the dominant person.
Okay.
Because their team worked their tail off and they were better than everybody else week in and week out.
Okay. It gets them to the championship race. Doesn't it?
It gets them to a race where they can roll the dice and see if something happens on that one freaking day. On one day. So you can be better. How much more advantage do you want to give them? You can be the best for 37 days. And if something goes wrong on one day.
How much more advantage do you want to give them?
What's the advantage for the one day?
All right, I'll tell you what.
You can be one of 4 cars. You can have a 25% chance.
You keep bringing up Zillage and you keep bringing up Heim. Right now, there's 8 cars left. Who's your champion, Chad? Who's the most deserving and the most consistent? Oh, my God, we won't change the format unless this guy wins. Tell me out of the last 8, who is it? Right. Exactly. You don't even need to answer. I don't
understand the question.
I'll ask it again. You continue to use Corey Heim and Connor Zillage as your examples. In the Cup Series, we have 8 drivers left competing for a championship.
Yes.
Tell me in your superfan mind who it will be so egregious if that driver does not win. Go.
Currently it should be Denny Hamlin because he has the most points.
He does not.
He has the most points.
Does he?
Yes, he has the most points.
Total season points.
Total season points. He currently has the most points. Who has the most points then?
William Byron.
Okay, that's not the numbers that I saw today.
Okay. It's all right. The point is this. There is not a clear, undisputed champion. Which is
the point. So that defeats your point then.
No, it doesn't.
You're saying this would be a sleeper if we had a 38 race. Then we would be crowning a champion already.
This year, your only knock on the playoff format is because Heim and Zillage, if they didn't win, it would go to a guy in the other 4 who's undeserving. Yes?
Yes.
Fair. In the Cup Series, just relax yourself. It's not going to happen. It's all good. The playoff format will take care of itself. We'll crown a champion in Phoenix, and we'll all celebrate that champion.
All right, so we'll clear this up real quick. Hold on a second. Points.
I can do it too.
Driver points.
I have a sheet
with playoff points.
Yes, because I have a fantasy league that I participate in. Okay. Listen.
He's got a role, Chris.
I have it right here.
No, listen.
Okay. I have not added the Roval points yet. Okay. But we can do this real quick.
No, so here's what the Roval. And Superfan is right. Denny Hamlin is P1 with 36 playoff points. Ryan Blaney. But the total points is 4,036. Ryan Blaney has 4,034 with 34 playoff points. Larson has 4,032 points with 32 playoff points. William Byron is tied with the same. So 3rd and 4th are tied. So you separate it by 4 points between 1st and 4th.
I love you, bro, but you're wrong. Hang on. 60. William Byron scored 28 points at the Roval. I should have done my fantasy already for the week. Ryan Blaney scored 34. Larson, where did he finish? 49. Good week for him. Hamlin, where'd Denny Hamlin? Oh, he got spun out. Where did he finish? Hamlin 20. Hamlin had 14 points. Okie doke. You guys ready?
Rolling.
Remember, Byron also won the regular season championship. 1024. Byron came in. This is total. Understand what I'm saying now. Total season points. This is Chad's Utopia older system. You guys ready?
Copy. Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Byron had 1024 plus scored 28 at the Roval. That's 1052. Blaney came in with 991 plus 34, 1025. Larson, 969 plus 49. He had a good one. 1018, still not enough to get around Blaney, who's 2. Hamlin, 960 plus 14. He's not even over 1,000.
Yeah. So these points were with the playoff.
Gentlemen.
Yeah. I got
gentlemen. I'm not trying to be a dick. However, in this instance, I'm going to be a dick because I have 10 of my closest friends with a fantasy stake and a little thing we do in Cleveland. It's fun. Mm-hmm. We go on season-long points. I assure you, if this was, there's that rewind sound again, William Byron is your current points leader at 1052, Blaney 1025, Larson 1018, Hamlin 974. I ask you again, superfan, and there's also 4 other cars that we don't seem to give a frog's fat ass about. I ask you again, superfan, which one are you going to be so pissed about if they're not crowned the champion at Phoenix?
I don't care who it is.
Excellent.
It's the one with the most points.
We're done. We're done then.
Okay.
So you want to? He's trying to eliminate the race factor and go off of points alone. That's his biggest point. Erase the race factor and say who has the most points.
Right. He wants the old system, and I get it. And I just gave you, because I personally have to keep in track on the old system. And that means race by race by race by race. And we're 2 into it or whatever. We got 5 left.
So you're saying right now, Willie B.
No, and I appreciate the math on that.
1052.
Yeah.
Yes.
And William Byron appreciates the math on that.
Yeah. And Blaney's 1025. Larson's 1018. Hamlin's 974.
Yeah. So what I saw today was the playoff.
So what you saw, what you saw was the playoff reset. Yeah.
Bro, I got you.
The reset, yes.
I forgive you both, and I love you both like brothers. I just wanted to be clear.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So what's posted is the new age of point scoring.
That's correct. And honestly, Chris, it's more of a pain in the ass if you're actually trying to keep track, because I have to keep a separate spreadsheet that keeps what their point totals were. What was our regular season cutoff race? Was it Daytona, right?
Daytona,
and
yes.
then when and that's one of the things that I heard being talked about in this changeover is that reset shit confuses the hell out of fans.
Well, like Chase Briscoe was talking about that because he was like, I won the first race in the first round, and I would get bumped to the top.
Yeah.
They reset the points, and I'm at the cutoff line.
That's a fact. You're right about that.
He was like, I can't keep up with it. How are fans supposed? Yeah.
And listen, on that part,
valid point.
You are not wrong. That reset shit where it's, what is it, like 2,000?
Yeah, I don't understand.
3,000 and then 4,000. You know, and I get that they want to give credit. So the first race into the playoffs was Darlington, right?
Right.
So I get that they want to give credit for those stage wins, right? Because that's, you know, that's participating. That gives you a point. Mm-hmm. And I get that they want to bonus race wins because bonusing race wins, Corey Heim, Connor Zilich, should be what helps give you that, you know, big wallet in your back pocket that assures that you'll race for a championship.
Right. So, but like, again, like to Chase's point, like
yeah,
he won that race. He won. I mean, we were there.
Yeah.
He won every stage and the race. And then we went to the second, what was St. Louis, the second race of that first round, I think. And he was
shame that we don't remember this, but
but he ran like he was one of the top cars in that second race too. And then I think the third race was Bristol, which he was not great at, but he went from literally being the top of, you know, like the number one seed to reset, and he's at the bubble.
Yeah.
Like again, I don't understand the resetting.
Yeah, you're not wrong on that.
I don't know how that goes. Anyways, let's get into some call your shot.
Call your shot.
Well, all right. So once again, Rick, you won the week.
What?
Yeah. Winner, chicken dinner.
Shocker. SVG. I
feel
had
bad.
The second place win, Chris. You had the third. I mean, you had a good pick this week.
You did.
But
he did.
It was a good
And
pick.
I just want it noted that I keep giving my pick to him. All you had to do was move your lips and go SVG. You didn't even have to get Van Gisbergen right. That could be troublesome. Just SVG.
You did. You threw it out there.
I love you, man.
And I was like, no, thank you. I'm going with this guy.
I love you.
Listen.
But I will say, like, I felt good about your pick. I mean, I felt like if something were to happen to SVG, that was a good pick.
Solid.
So, all right, Rick, we are headed to Las Vegas. There are no odds out yet for Las Vegas. So we are flying off previous experience. Who you got for Vegas?
Again, I'm going to give it up. Larry Mack did this today on the show. They have the thing where they're adding up their points too. He's doing it with Daniel Trotta and whatever. And I feel like I got to do the same, and I'm going to move my pick along, and I will go deeper in the order. I just seriously, I'm not trying to be a jerk. And I don't even know if this one's as layup as I thought SVG was, but I'm just going to be cool, and you guys are going to roll it. So go.
I don't know who I got. I don't know who I got. Who you got, super fan?
It's a toss up for me. And I lost my paper. I don't know what I did in my paper.
Oh yeah, you had that thing where you were charting this from like
I charted it.
Basically, when the Earth cooled, I think that paper was like the Declaration of Independence. It like disintegrated.
It was. You know what? It was a toss up for me between the 5 and the 12. Logano won this race last year. So I'm going to go with the 12 because I think he's the better of the Penske cars. And so I'm going to go Ryan Blaney.
I'm going Larson. Drop me down for the 5.
Are you really?
Yeah.
That Blaney. That was a solid pick, dude. Solid.
Yeah, Blaney's solid there, but we both can't pick him.
Yeah. Oh, and Larson was my other pick. He's a previous winner there too, and like I felt like the Roval was such a good bounce back for him. That P2 there was really good.
They've been showing speed the past couple of weeks.
I think he's out of the funk, whatever the funk was. I think that's a good pick. Rick, who you got?
So one thing that we didn't talk about was the fact that not one, but two 2311 cars bowed out. Like, I know we made a lot of fuss and got on with it with Chastain and Logano and that whole thing. But, even the casual fan that's nowhere on par with our man Superfan here should know that the teams left now. Okay, good little stat for you guys. The teams left now are all the super teams. Okay, Hendrick, Gibbs, Penske.
Yeah.
Okay. From what I see there, we've got a Hendrick pick. We've got a Penske pick. Do you know that those three teams that have the cars now in the round of 8 have won 22 of the 32 races we've raced? Yikes. That one, when I discovered that little nugget, I had to turn it over, wash it, and make sure I was reading that right. I'm like, holy cow, that's a little nugget. So I feel compelled that, we got to spread the wealth a little bit. And man, he killed me with that Blaney pick. I did want Blaney, but that's fine. I played my hand. I will take a Gibbs car. Actually, I'll take all 3 Gibbs cars. No, I'm just kidding. That was unfair. And the Gibbs car won't be Ty Gibbs. It will not be. Just to be clear, before you guys do that to me.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm gonna run. It was close. I'm gonna run Seabell.
That was
that way for me. That way we've got them all covered, right? I mean, we've got the 3 teams covered. So I think that's a fair pickings there.
I was going to ask you too. I almost put this in the 3 wide, but how happy do you think NASCAR is that the champion was not a 2311 car?
Yeah, I mean that's interesting. Right?
I think it was some high fives when that checker flag was waving.
Right.
And those 2311 cars were out of the playoffs.
Could you imagine had it been
took some pressure off?
An open car
wins
that was suing them. That, I mean,
it makes it to the championship. That's a middle finger by itself.
That's messy.
I mean, it's still going to be interesting if the 11
if it's Hamlin.
Yeah.
If it's Hamlin, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you on that.
Because then that's the guy who has to champion your sport for the next year. He's the guy who's got to go sit on Good Morning America and say, I'm the champion of NASCAR and I'm suing NASCAR.
Well, by then he won't be, right? Because isn't the next one December 5th?
Yeah, 5th,
yeah,
2nd, somewhere around there.
So, but you make
December,
a good point.
Yeah.
The statement will either be he's the guy who lost to NASCAR or beat NASCAR. Because I think the thing on December 5th ends it, I think. But I don't know.
And they both filed new motions this week, and NASCAR submitted statements from Richard Childress and
I read the letter from Gibbs, from Coach.
Yeah, Rick Hendrick put one in. Coach Gibbs put one in.
Put letters like in favor of.
They all were essentially they were asking not to be called as witnesses, number one.
Okay.
And then they were also asking the judge, please do not dismantle the charter system, because the judge has made it clear that if this case goes to trial, that there is a good chance that he will dismantle that charter system.
Yeah, they spoke of the sponsorship relations and how all the parties have this relationship.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
that's brutal.
The judge has urged them to find a settlement.
Over
and over.
I've heard the comment, find a settlement because you won't like mine.
Yeah.
It's basically in our terms.
And that
right?
he's never seen two organizations more willing to burn their house down while they're both inside of it. So
wow. Crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a very exciting and unexpected show.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Speaking of
listen, I think this, Chad, I love you to death. And I hope that our 200 people, because here's what's going to happen. Whatever they do with that point system, go back to the old one, keep this one, find something in the middle. Guess what?
Well, yeah, I don't
50%
It's going to love it.
Yep. 50% aren't. Just like 50% are going to think like, Chad is so on point. Rick's out of his mind. 50% are going to be like, what is he talking about? And that, I think, is what fuels this sport. And Chris, you talked about it earlier, just being spoken of, being talked about, and having something that's relevant to debate.
Yeah. Yeah. So having that conversation, that's what keeps it going.
Listen, there's never, ever going to be a time when every single person is happy in this sport.
Sure.
That's facts.
And I mean, sure. I don't think there's ever going to be a time when we go back to the old system.
I think what do you think? I think you're just going to modify this, like just to get out of that one race randomness and somehow, and I don't know how, make it like spread over 4 races.
Yeah. I have heard a lot of chatter that we could see something similar to the original chase, which would be a more points-based system.
Not the full season long, but what we did originally call the chase. And then NASCAR yelled at us and said, don't call it the chase no more. It's not the chase.
Right. So
I remember that.
I do too.
Which again, like I think I would be okay with. I'm if we get rid of when and you're in, I'm more like I'm open to compromise. I'm open. I mean, again, when we stop talking and we draw hard lines in the sand with anything, I think that's what creates problems. Anybody who's with anything in this country, if you draw a hard line and say I'm not moving, that's when nothing gets done. Like we gotta be able to talk. We gotta be able to, the only way to move our sport forward or to move anything forward is to be able to talk to each other. We got to be able to compromise. So, I'm good with saying, hey, let's come up with some kind of compromise. Let's do something that gives a little more weight to the regular season. Let's do something that doesn't put so much weight on one race at the end of the season. So, we can find something in between, whatever that looks like. Let's try something. I don't think, we're, TV ratings are not what we want them to be this year compared to last year. And I think we're down. Well, I think I saw like 12-14% in the last few races based on last year, but let's find ways to get them back up. I'm for solutions. So, speaking of that, maybe the solution is we need live checkers, wreckers, and what the heckers events at NASCAR events. Chris,
yeah, we'll bring the crowds.
Great idea.
We'll bring the crowds.
We got one coming up, right?
Especially to that NASCAR stage, like we're going to do in Dega, baby. Sunday, October 19th, 9 a.m. That's where we're going to be.
That's
live.
In the fan zone on the NASCAR experience stage. This to me still is the most ridiculous thing to let us 3 hoodlums up there. And then on top of it all, like you basically just throw a match on it all called NG, Noah Gregson. It's going to be a blast.
Good times. Good times to be had Sunday morning, 9 a.m.
Tell all you folks about what's going on here. We were talking about it. Chris and I sat up last night and looked over the track, and we were talking just about how it's so cool to like have random people in the industry just come up and talk to us about this podcast and how
it's happened to me too. It is cool.
Like it's people that you don't even think or whatever just come up and be like, hey, I thought this was cool that you did on your podcast. And you're like, I didn't even know you knew that my podcast existed.
I think the humbleness in which we approach this. Same story happened to me. It was a girl on another team. She goes, hey, she's like, I saw the podcast just like that. Not ours, not I saw the podcast were her words. What do you think my response was?
Which
what
one?
podcast? What podcast? I swear to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and it was like there was so many of our like hospitality guests that were asking questions this weekend, which was really cool. And like, but for real, like have folks inside the industry like to say stuff and say nice things about it. And I mean, it's just so cool how it's like this just slow roll snowball that's kind of growing, and we appreciate that. And so like keep sharing it with people, keep telling people about it. When we get to 500 on our Instagram, we're going to give away this cool Richard Petty card that our friend Lars gave us to give away.
Thank you, Lars.
Authenticated.
Very much appreciated.
It's really cool. I'm kind of jealous. Kind of want to keep it for myself, but we're going to give it away. And then he said that he's got another one that he's going to give us to give away when we get 1,000. Not a Richard Petty, another driver that's
another signed,
authenticated.
Authenticated. Yeah.
Big one.
Hey, maybe someday our boy Timothy Presley will be on one of those. We forgot to mention we had him out there.
We did have him
this weekend, and I think he needs a quick little hand clap as he's latched on a truck team with, I believe it's pronounced Rayom. I hope I'm not butchering that.
Yes, he is. He's on the truck team.
Yeah, Rayom Brothers Racing, and he got up to the hospitality area. He just won a recent iRace.
Yeah, he picked up a win at Atlanta.
Yeah, so Timothy Presley, these are the guys that it's kind of cool being around. We'll call them our OGs.
OGs.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was another great episode. Thanks for hanging out with us, y'all. Don't forget the
subscribe button.
Yeah, don't forget to check out the guest episode this week. We got to have a live sit down with Kerry Earnhardt, son of Dale Earnhardt, senior driver, outdoorsman. We got deep with this guy, and you do not want to miss it. So
he was amazing.
Yeah, it'll be coming out. A little different look on that one. We recorded it live, so it was but it'll look a little bit.
I wonder how we looked live compared to here. Think we look better?
It was a different look for sure. I got to work on my camera angles and stuff for those live setups.
All right, we'll get it.
I'm still learning. But
that one I may actually watch.
I appreciate that one time. All right.
I'm on them, for God's sakes.
All right. We appreciate it. See you.
So I went wide open, hoping for a little taste of that unknown. Living in a fast car, living in a fast car.